Right, guys, so we're obviously at a stage at the moment where there's no football happening. It's a bit of a gap before anything comes back. I'll give you the opportunity now to shape the future of Scottish football. Anything, I know it's a big chance, isn't it? Anything you want to change about football? If I rephrase the question, anything you don't like about the way we do football in this country at the moment? Anything at all, Gamble? What are you going for? What's top of your list?
How long have we got here?
I know I've put you in the spot.
What do I want to see changed in Scottish football?
So I mean, you could have. Do you like kick-off times? Do you, the whole kind of governance of the game in terms of the fact that the big clubs dominate so much of Scottish football, TV deals, sponsorship, playoffs. Is there anything you feel could work better?
I think the governance point is probably something we could. That conversation, we could probably get another pod out of that alone. But I think something that the big clubs having, the bigger clubs having as powerful, I say, as they do, which has obviously been a hot topic just now because of the whole reconstruction talks breaking down. I'm actually all for it, the reconstruction. I really thought that I get the point that what the reasoning behind the talks breaking down is because of the stuff that we've already been discussing. It's clubs are maybe firefighting a lot just now, dealing with bigger issues. At the end of the day, they are. Everybody is. But I mean, is there going to be another time where we get a chance to kind of sit down and try and talk through reconstruction? And so, I mean, how long's that been since we've had the 12-team top divisions? That
98, I think.
Was it? Yeah. And then we've had the split at the end of the season since, I don't know, maybe not right away, but not long after that. You just like to see us maybe do something different, take the opportunity to reconstruct the league, make the pyramid a bit more, a bit fairer, I suppose. And I don't know, there is an opportunity here for us to do something, like we were saying, obviously the SPFL TV, the reconstruction. I mean, I don't know. I think this week they've said it's maybe back on the table now, or is it?
Possibly.
Is it even? I don't know.
I think Anne Budge has mentioned that, but I think she's been told to keep her trap shut, basically. But I don't know if anything will come with that. Without meaning to sound like a few folk in the past, do we have too many clubs in this country, Borough? Is this the ideal chance? I don't want to write gravestones for some of the smaller clubs in the country. We've already done that in this show, but is there a chance for, I don't really believe this should happen, but should there maybe be fewer clubs in this country? And, do you think that would make sense to maybe merge? I'm not talking about merging Hearts and Hibs or Dundee and Dundee United, but like the Angus teams, for example, and stuff like that. Or am I just being completely daft? To be honest, I don't even believe that. I'm just putting a point out there.
I think you are right in what you say. That for the size of the country that we have, there are far too many teams, and the simple answer would be, you want to merge them and all that. I mean, see, when you actually look at it, you mentioned the Angus, they have like Montrose, Arbroath, and then you have Fife teams as well, to have like Raith Rovers, East Fife, Steny, and all that, all so near each other. It is ludicrous. Albion Rovers and Airdrie, I mean, that's mental as well. But then again, I'm a firm believer as well, like you, that you just can't do it, and nor should you, because these clubs now have been about for so long. They've got followings, very, very devoted followings, who give a lot to the club as well in a sort of volunteering capacity. All these clubs have a history and have a tradition now, and they're important to the Scottish game, and it's things like that. It's wee things like that, I think, that make the Scottish game what it is, that gives it its wee sort of niche. And a lot of these, I mean, I think if you were to go and watch an Airdrie versus Albion Rovers derby, yeah, two teams who bordering towns in Lanarkshire probably don't need them all in an ideal world sort of thing. But if you go and watch an Airdrie v Albion Rovers derby, it's brilliant, very, very feisty match. Merging these teams, I don't really know as much about Angus Way and Fife and stuff like that. I don't really know what the kind of culture and society and that's like up there. But Albion Rovers, a big kind of traditional, a big kind of Celtic town. Airdrie's a big kind of Rangers town. I know that's not what it's about because they're separate teams. There's just no way you ever merge the two of them together. No way. Nor should you. So no, I'm a firm believer that we need to look after these clubs. But I do always kind of fear in a way, because for just kind of clubbing games and that, I've got a soft spot for Albion Rovers as well, quite close to my house as well. So, and you do fear when you see the money getting spent in the lower league. You see players like Nathan Austin buying, was it 40 odd goals and stuff for Kelty Hearts. BSC Glasgow, the Highland teams getting strong as well. And these teams, if they can get into the pyramid, are biting the bit. And to be frank, I think they're better than some of the League Two teams down the bottom, which is a worry though, because I mean, when you've seen with Berwick what's happened to them since they've fallen into lower. They were a team that were at one point quite high up in League Two for a few years. You know, they were always up about playoffs and stuff. So you want to protect these teams because they've got such a rich part of the kind of Scottish football history, and I'm quite passionate about that myself. But at the same time, I think they do need to encourage that there's well-backed teams and teams with good potential to move up into the League One Championship and the Lowland League. So I wouldn't mind seeing League One and League Two made to at least 12-team leagues, to be honest, to try and accommodate as much into the pyramid as we can. Having said that, I'm a fan of the move that they made a few weeks ago there with the sort of Western Scotland League, where they've kind of made the pyramid a bit bigger. They've taken away this traditional sort of junior setup or the Western Scotland Premiership and all that, and they've now kind of made it into sort of 3 leagues, which also filters nicely into the Lowland League and stuff. So that lets ambitious junior teams like St Roch's and stuff like that have got a lot of backing and a lot of money and stuff to move up into leagues as well. So I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of encouraging the wee teams to grow and protecting the ones that we have that have been given so much history to the game.
Yeah. What would you change, Casey, if you had a kind of blank canvas?
Obviously, there's a couple of things that come to mind. Obviously, I mean, reconstruction. For a start, I've always been an advocate of that. But the issue with the recent one is you all kind it was for the short term, realistically, just to kind of protect Hearts for going down and not to punish these teams for the league finishing as it is. Whereas if it was actually a long-term solution and it was guaranteed to stay for that period of time, then I would support it. But I said, like, the other kind of argument was that there's no point in Kilmarnock voting for league reconstruction to save Hearts for a year for us to get back to the 12-team league further down the line, or 2 or 3 teams get relegated and back up to what we were. So no point in that. But a big thing that I think would be cool, it's more to do with the kind of TV side again. And me and Hamish have spoken about this before, and we kind of seen a glimpse of it this year with the Scottish Cup kick-off times. Saturday night football for Scottish football, I think would be absolutely brilliant. Proper game for it. You're talking, like, so obviously, we're at home to, I don't know, Ross County or something, Blake, 3 o'clock kick-off, Rugby Park. Then after it, not to sound like a davo, living for the weekend and that, but straight after it, we've got the pub and then watching Hearts Aberdeen at Tynecastle, 5 o'clock kick-off. How good would that be? Like, I think that would be. Like, I love that. We had a 5 o'clock kick-off against Rangers.
The cup.
In the cup, nothing each at home. That was weird, man. It was getting well, obviously the game wasn't brilliant. It was a Rangers game for that period. Very kind of tight, but no, like I think that'd be excellent. But it has to be the right grounds, you know. You don't want to just do it for the sake of it. Again, obviously, it's mere game shown on TV maybe affects the crowds, but I do think that would be good, and it would be something to welcome in it. And I really enjoyed it in the Scottish Cup. They've been doing it for the last couple of years.
I mean, even if you moved the 12:30 Saturday kick-off, that's basically every week, to 5:30 on a Saturday, that'd be a massive change for me. Just much better appeal. And it's not as if I think they've spoken in the past about they don't want to have a game going right up against an English game, but that's the case at 12:30 anyway. I mean, English games are on pretty much every day in the week now, or they were when football's happening. So I've been a massive fan. I've even the Scottish Cup games they had on at like 7:20 and stuff like that. It's even doable. Like why is a 7:45 on a Saturday night not achievable? But again, you have to pick the games. You don't obviously want a Celtic Rangers match at that time because police aren't going to allow it. But other than that, how many games are the police really going to stop happening? I mean, they maybe wouldn't want Aberdeen Rangers or Hearts Celtic or an Edinburgh Derby, but you could easily have, maybe even one of your 3 o'clock games on at 7:30 at night or whatever, or 5:30 as we said. I mean, I just think that'd be so much better. More folk would probably watch it because they'd be in the pub anyway, and I just think our game would have more folk talking about it, because I just feel at the moment that 12:30 kick-off almost misses some folk by a lot of the time because folk are in the house or whatever, whereas I think if they were out and they were almost forced to watch a Scottish game, and obviously there'd be a big debate over what pubs would have on, and knowing some like daft pubs in Glasgow would have on like the English game, and they do that, they have the English game on ahead of the Scottish game, which drives me mad, but that's what folk want to watch. But I think there's an opportunity there if we did have a blank canvas, and obviously the kick-off times haven't come out yet for the new Sky deal, but I'd love them to be thinking outside the box They've even had like 4 o'clock kickoffs on Sunday in the past rather than 12:30 and stuff. I think they were after Europa League games and that. And for me, that's even a bit better, and it's just a bit different because those like 12:30 Saturday, 12:30 Sunday kickoffs, just we're so bored of them now. Like, I just want something fresh.
Aye, 100%. I mean, 12:30 is just, it's a vile kick-off time. It's, nobody really enjoys it. I mean, particularly games, I just remember being a wee boy got to them, and like obviously Rangers and Celtic, and you were coming out, and then just when you're a wee guy, you're like, what else is there to do? Because it used to be time brilliant. You would obviously go, you'd walk out of the house for 5 o'clock, you'd maybe watch an air game, then before you can watch match of the day, man. But 12:30 kick-off, it's horrible. It's obviously different when you're older. I'm just talking from personal experience. I know everybody will share that experience, but it's just 12:30 kick-offs are brutal, and obviously 12 o'clock and all. I'm all for 3 o'clock primarily, as you all want to see 3 o'clock games on a Saturday, and then a wee 5 o'clock kick-off every other week on a Saturday night would be brilliant.
Probably a 12:30 kickoffs and that as well. I know it's not a big thing at all, but see, in terms of like going to a game or that, you can't do it now for about it at that time, but at least 3 o'clock, Matt, you can get up in the morning and like, you can do something early afternoon, that you can do something, you can go to the game, you're back, you're out, or you have your dinner or whatever, that's you. But I kind of 12:30 kickoffs, you're up at your bed, you're ready, you're away to the game. By the time you're back in reality, it's kind of late afternoon. It's like that's all you can do. And that day then is go to the fitness, which again will probably put folk off going. Isn't good?
Alcohol's a big one for me as well. Gamble, do you think we're at a stage now where we could have alcohol introduced back in Scottish football? Again, if there's ever a perfect time to do it, it's surely after, a 6-month gap and almost go into it as a fresh. Have plenty of time to work out a plan of action. We've got time in our hands, and for me, we've got to use it with stuff like that.
Aye, definitely. I mean, I'd love to see it come back. It's such an opportunity for clubs in terms of extra revenue as well, isn't it? If and more fans would go to the games, I reckon, as well.
Yeah, 100%. Aye.
Like plain and simple, obviously more money going into the clubs. It would need to be, obviously a deal. It would need to be sorted out. But it's got to be. I mean, surely we're ready to kind of move on. I know, obviously. I think there was a lot of talk about it before the 2016 Scottish Cup final, which we'll not go into, and then it all kind of went quiet. But I mean, surely you can't just point to a couple of examples and say, "Oh, that's how we kind of have it," and sort something out. Because it's an extra revenue for the clubs. It bring more fans through the gates as well, and surely we're ready 2020 to kind of bring the Scottish game right up to date.
Anything else, guys? Anything else? I'm giving you the opportunity here to change the fortunes of Scottish football.
Some question, isn't it?
I know. But let us know if anyone kind of watching this on our new YouTube platform, or obviously you got us on Twitter and Facebook. We're at Burstball Podcast, I think, on Twitter. You can tweet us if you've got any suggestions, and also if you're on YouTube, you can comment below with any suggestions you want to change in. Campbell?
What's it? I was just going to say the Premier Sports League and the kind of Scottish Cup, the new kick-off times, I've been impressed with that. So,
yeah. Thinking outside the box, isn't it?
Aye, it's something different. That's
it.
It's plain and simple. It's something different for the usual. Like we were saying about the 12:30 kickoffs. Like we've had a couple of times Rangers have been away to Ross County 12:30 on a Sunday. I mean, see, you're going to the game, man. That's like you're up at 5 in the morning or something, and then you're
shattered by the time you're even there.
What's that?
You're shattered by the time you're even at the game.
Exactly. So there's got to be changing the kick-off times. As Casey says, at 5:30, that's a brilliant. Like if there's football on, you're going to the pub, whatever game it is, you're going to watch it, isn't it? So, there's a chance to do something different anyway, in so many ways.
Right, there we go then. Kick-off times and alcohol is what we are saying. As I say, if you've got any thoughts, let us know in the comments below. Thanks very much, guys, for joining me. We've been back on the Burstball reunion. Who knows how many episodes. I think we've had a few kind of failed comebacks over the last 18 months or so, but hopefully now the fact we've got absolutely nothing else to do, we can get some sort of consistency back, and maybe even some of the old guys will join us as well. But thank you very much, Lewis, Callum and Craig, for joining me on today's show. Hope you've enjoyed listening. Let us know, as we say, any comments, thoughts you've got. We're at Burstball Podcast on Twitter. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can do that as well. It'd be really appreciated. And we're on Facebook as well. We'll speak to you very soon. Until then, take care.